A large part of what today is, we'll be talking about how to use and this actually comes with a funny story because I'm not sure if people remember me trying to figure out how to say, and I'll write it in chat, but this username, uh, yeah, but yeah, so I reached out to that user uh, for two reasons. One, because I would like to do a, a tutorial on their discovery, even if they didn't really think much of their discovery, but I think it's actually quite groundbreaking. Uh, and for the second reason, because I would like to know how to say their name. And it turns out their username is just Kelly with an with a little emoji in the middle. Oh my gosh, and I almost fell out of my chair. It was great. Because I was like I was going through like all of my different like I was trying to I think I was attempting to use like different Gaelic pronunciations and nope, it's just Kelly. I'm just like, okay, great. It's freaking fantastic. But yeah, so Kelly found this amazing trick uh, that is an offshoot of our beloved group select. So if you make a little assembly here with a wall shelf, and so I'll do the float first, and then you make a little assembly here. Then you need a little something to tether it to the ground. I think that might be close enough. Ah, nope, it's not. Oh no, wait. There we go. Oh, sugar. I forgot. On the other side of that wall, you gotta be really careful with building blocks. Because on the other side of that wall is a whole bunch of other building blocks. And that can get you into trouble. But yeah, there you go. And then you can take it off the wall. And from there you just take everything away and you got a little bug friend that's just hanging out. Now it's obviously like the very basic version of it. Yeah. But you know, like everything in glitching, it can get much more complex. There's a reason I have a makeshift drum table here. Because I'm sure some of you recall Theo did a flipped makeshift drum table as like a garden bed. But you know, that version did require using a regular float and also required using anchor. And here's the thing about this, is this one doesn't require an anchor, and his version also required a lot of like, you know, a lot of minutia and calculations and whatnot. But here's something that you can do, because if you just put, like, stick your barrel right there, and then you just put this like that, and then you turn your floor upside down, and then you put your floor at the height you want to sink your barrel. Oop, there you go. And then you go up, and then you group select everything. Boop. Wait, why didn't it work? I did something wrong. This worked for me yesterday. I have the photographic evidence to prove. Maybe I did it the other way around. There. Maybe I flipped the barrel on the wall. Yeah, that makes more sense. Then you don't flip your you don't flip your floor. Then you grab it as of the floor. There we go. Yeah. If you get the right angle, you should. There we go. Boop. And boop. And you got a little barrel. And the other great thing about this is it's a solo version that Switch players can use. And that's why I am just so happy. Oh, right. I guess I didn't go over that bit. That's my mistake. I apologize. In regards to the flower barrel from earlier, or sorry, the barrel that Milady's talking about. So I was actually rather curious about that myself, and that answers that question. And I was curious if the barrier was still in place, and apparently it is. And the answer is that you would just make your bouquet before. Yeah. Like so. Sorry, like so. And then from there we would do our trick. And you just basically you place the barrel around your flowers. Does that make sense? Cool. Love. All right. So before I go into the nonsense, let's go over a quick materials list of stuff you're going to need. So we're going to need pillars of some kind. Any of the builder's pillars will work. I think we're probably just going to stick with the wood pillars. And then, yeah, just because I have so many wood floor, we're going to also go with the wood floors. We'll put Magi off of the base hotbar for now because we don't really need him. Beyond that, you are going to need shelving. Any shelving will work. As you can see over here, I used log cabin shelves just to show that you can use the first shelf that you get access to, which is just going to be a basic sink. So like before, we're going to put our shelf pillar on top of our table and target the capital chic shelf. And see, sometimes it'll flip it around, and that's going to cause us problems. So when that happens, just turn your pillar around and then try and target it, and there we go. So now the shelf is facing away. It's still having issues, so we take it back. And at this point, just move the pillar further away and give it a go. Okay, so we move it to the other side of the table. There we go. Just gotta keep fiddling where that pillar is until it's not coming in contact with the wall. And now this bit's important. So we're going to flip the table upside down. Okay. It doesn't really matter where the placement is, just as long as we flip it upside down. And here is where we're going to use our assembly that we made earlier with the wood floor, pillar, and the shelf. And we're going to target the shelf and grab that assembly with the floor and go up. And this is why we have that shelf when we group selected it. And this is so we can turn that floor upside down. And we're going to nuzzle it in to that table. And this is how we control how far that table is going to sink into the ground. That looks about good. And just like before, we're going to group select. Oh, biscuits. Yeah. Sorry, forgotten. That's the bad place. I have a large construction made out of building blocks on the other side of that wall. Hold please. That would have ended very badly for me. There we go. And now, like before, there we go, sorry for that. We're going to target the wood floor and then group select. And it pulls it off and it sinks the table down. Although it doesn't look like the table is sunk enough. That's okay. We just take the wood floor off. group select the shelf, we flip the flooring over, change the height of the floor. There we go, that looks a little bit better. Yeah, it likes to do that sometimes. So when placing it, sometimes you do need to take into account that it might toss it to the other side of the floor. Just a caution. But yeah, like before, we can now take it all the way. And we have our sunken table.